Today, I want to talk about reciprocal teaching. First, I want to answer two questions. What is reciprocal teaching? Why is it important? Reciprocal teaching utilizes four strategies: predicting, clarifying, questioning, and summarizing. Students will make predictions in a pre-reading activity, then confirm if their predictions came true or not during the reading. While reading, students will stop to clarify words and ideas that are unknown to them. Students will also ask questions during and after reading to monitor understanding, and they will summarize a page or the entire passage in a post-reading activity. The purpose of reciprocal teaching is to increase reading comprehension. Steps to implement reciprocal teaching. First, teachers are required to do three things before implementing reciprocal teaching. First, they need to activate prior knowledge before reading. This can include words and/or ideas. Secondly, during reading, the teacher needs to encourage, guide, and monitor students' use of the four strategies. 3. After reading, the teacher needs to guide students to reflect on what strategy aided them the most and why. This also helps develop metacognition skills that will allow the students to think about their own learning styles and thought processes while reading. Steps to implement reciprocal teaching continued. Students must independently be able to summarize, question, predict, and clarify before beginning reciprocal teaching. Once students can do these four strategies, there are 9 steps. First, you'll put students in groups of 4. Then assign students specific roles, such as the summarizer, the questioner, the predictor, and the clarifier. Third, have students read a couple of paragraphs in a text. Fourth, the summarizer will proceed to highlight the key points of what they just read. 5. The questioner will generate questions such as challenging information, making connections to prior reads, and unclear parts. 6. The clarifier will discuss confusing parts and try to answer the questions previously presented by the questioner. 7. The predictor will talk about what they think the author will discuss next. 8. The roles will then switch, and the process continues in the new roles. 9. The teacher, again, will encourage and guide the students to use the 4 strategies. Then the teacher will allow them more responsibility and more independence when using the strategies, when using reciprocal teaching as the skills become more developed. What does the research say about reciprocal teaching? When reciprocal teaching is actively implemented in the classroom, reading levels can increase 1 to 2 grade levels within a 3 to 6 month span. English language learners can increase their vocabulary knowledge through reciprocal teaching. This strategy can actively engage struggling and unmotivated readers. And even advanced readers increase their own knowledge using reciprocal teaching. Now, an activity you can use utilizing reciprocal teaching is called the 4-door chart. This activity provides insight for the teacher and the students' understanding of the 4 strategy. The teacher, or even better the students, can record their work. This can be used as an assessment to guide further instruction. As you can see, there's an example to the left of the screen where the paper is folded into 4 corners, and the corners are identified as the 4 strategies used: predict, clarify, question, and summarize. And of course, under the flaps are where the students will record their answers. And activity 2, which is essentially 4 activities designed for one goal: to optimize discussion. The first activity is partner sharing. Have partners turn to one another to share their predictions. Another activity, response cards. Students can hold up a thumbs up or a thumbs down sign if they agree or disagree with the prediction. Face-to-face. Students form 2 lines, then proceed to share their own summaries with the person in front of them. And 4, passing notes. Students can write a note to a friend about a word or idea that they did not understand. This helps with the writing concept as well, and it allows more conversations to happen in the classroom about what students are reading. Accommodations and modifications. Discuss difficult vocabulary words and ideas before reading. Pair a student with a lower reading ability with one of a higher reading ability. Have students write their questions from parts of the text that they did not understand, and use sentence stems that can guide students to generate their responses. For a predictor, it can be I think that, I wonder if. Clarifier, I had trouble understanding, or I was confused about. Questioner, how or why. And summarizer, the big idea is, or the author wants us to know. And that is everything you need to know about reciprocal teaching. Please reach out if you have any more questions or comments. Thank you for listening.